Hello, you magnificent being, and welcome to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the podcast that is dedicated to helping you achieve your goals no matter how big or small they may be. I'm your host, and together we will explore the strategies, tools, and mindsets that you need to turn your dreams into reality. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a student, or a working professional, this podcast will provide you with actionable insights and practical advice to help you succeed in your personal and professional life. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of goal accomplishment. Welcome to today's Quick Tips episode, where we are going to be talking about rising to the challenge, how to set and achieve your most ambitious of goals. I am Harvard certified, 2-time 30 under 30 honoree, and Forbes Next 1000 nominated creator of the self-help app and Goal Accomplishment Made Easy. And one of the things that I excel at is being able to mitigate the challenges that we're facing in our current lives so that we can still be able to produce and hit our goals. Because progress gives hope. And who wants to live a hopeless life? Who wants to walk around with less of a twinkle in the eye? Who wants to walk around bitter and begrudging and crapping on people that are actually trying to do better and trying to succeed and trying to make it, even though they may not be doing well or they're making mistakes? Who wants to be the kind of person that's crapping on people that are actually out here trying to make a difference in the world and trying to do better? A pause, let that sink in. Because when you've given up in your own life and you let your own twinkle die down, you're headed towards being that person. And that's what we don't want. So my question to you is, first off, I don't know if I said this or not, but hashtag my name is Desiree. Okay? So my question to you is, do you have ambitious goals, right? But you don't know where to start? If so, you are not alone, baby. In this podcast episode, we're going to talk about tools and strategies that can help you set and achieve in the most ambitious of goals. Okay? Why? Because I want you to rise to the challenge and make your dreams a reality. And I keep talking about this because at the onset of COVID, I got laid off from my job, right? And it wasn't because of COVID. It was because of something else. But at the onset of COVID, I got laid off from my job. And I had two choices. Literally, just two. Do or die. And at that time, I was leaning towards the latter. Right? And before I decided to do that, I said that I was going to go for every single dream that I've ever had. And so I started writing the book. I started to try to draft up a concept for the business. I started trying to figure out how I can hit my income goals. I started trying to figure out how I can start knocking some of these big grandiose goals that I had off of my list. And so I published that book. And that book is now sold by Walmart. I started that business. And that business has gotten me featured in Forbes magazine. It's gotten me nominated for a Forbes list. I decided, okay, I'm going to continue my education. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to learn this skill. I'm going to learn that skill. And now our good sis is Black, educated, and Harvard certified. Okay? Hashtag yes. Yes, ma'am. And I've been able to help women in countries around the globe on one, how to mitigate their challenges so that they can still produce and hit their goals. And two, on how to build the discipline and consistency required and needed to be able to get and stay on track with hitting their goals. Because when life is tough and you're in the deepest of valleys, you're going to need those two skills to be able to pull yourself out. Because I had to do that, because I literally did not want to be here, and I had a plan for how to fix that problem. And I did what it took to make my life more worth living than taking that route. Okay? So this is why when I'm in these podcast episodes, I don't really talk a lot about myself or give a lot of foreplay. I like to just get right in there. Let's just get right in there and give you the tips and tools you need, because I know that's what you're here for. But I know some of you, this is your first time ever coming across me at all. So I want to give a little context and backstory about the voice behind the screen of yours. Okay, so step number 1, right? Set clear and specific goals. The first step to achieving your goals is to get clear on what you want to achieve and why it's actually important to you. For example, if your goal is to learn a new language, set a clear target, such as be able to hold a conversation in Spanish within 6 months. That makes it easier to track your progress and stay motivated. Can you see how that can be a thing? I hope we said yes, because I'm moving on to step number 2, which is create a plan of action. And this is my favorite. Oh my gosh, you need a plan, girl. You need a plan. Okay, and I know sometimes people are like, oh, I just go with the flow now because I had a plan and life had other plans for me. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about just giving up and just living life without abandon because you had a master plan and it didn't go the way you thought it would or that you wanted it to. No, you keep working that plan and you keep tweaking that plan until you get to the fuck you were trying to go. There is no settling for this ulterior outcome because things just happened. No, you can tweak your plan to accommodate your new circumstances, but you don't abort mission. No. And I'm passionate about this because when it's our time to go, I'm pretty sure that all the things that you settled for and all the things that you decided that weren't maybe as important to you, or, oh, I'm okay if I don't ever get this, I'm okay if I don't ever get that, those are going to be the things that you're going to be thinking about when it's your time to go. Because there's something about feeling like we're running out of time or we're about to lose something when we start contemplating and thinking about the decisions that we've made. And when it's your time to go, I don't want you to be sitting here thinking about all the things that you should have done. I don't want whatever happens to us when we pass. Let's say, this is something that Dean Graziosi says. He's a partner of Tony Robbins. He created I think it's like Millionaire Mindset he created. Or, no, I lied. Mastermind.com. That's Dean Graziosi. Haha. Something he says is, if it's your time to go from this planet and your creator, whatever you believe in, they pull you aside and they show you what your life would have been, what your life would have looked like if you had have gone for it. If you decide that you're going to just do it, still try it. This is what your life would have looked like. I don't want that for you. I don't want it to be something where you're sitting here crying and sobbing because you're like, dang, that's what I could have had if I would have just did X, Y, Z. And in reverse, also showing you, hey, if you would have made just a slightly different decision, you would have ended up all the way over here. You know what I'm saying? So, I need you to create a plan of action, okay? Because once you know what you want to achieve, the logical next step is to create a plan of action. So, you're going to break your goals down into smaller, manageable tasks and set deadlines for each one. Okay? So, how this will look is, if your goal is to write a book, you're going to set a daily word count as a task and aim to hit that target before the day ends. Okay? So, step number 3. Embrace the journey, baby. Achieving ambitious goals takes time and effort, honey. So it is important to embrace the journey and celebrate small wins along the way. So if your goal is to run a marathon, celebrate completing each training program, even if you are not running a marathon in the immediate future. You got to. My goodness. Step number 4. And I love this one. Overcome the pesky obstacles. Because obstacles are a natural part of any journey, but it is essential to overcome them in order to achieve our goals. So to do this, you got to stay focused on your vision and be willing to adapt and make changes to your plan as needed. For example, if you injure yourself in training or whatever, be flexible and adjust your training program accordingly to avoid any further injury. When your brain is moving too fast for your mouth, you end up making up words that don't exist. Step number 5, stay accountable. Okay? Staying accountable is critical to achieving your ambitious goals because there are many ways to do so. And oh my goodness. I feel like when I talk about staying accountable, people slack on this one because they're like, I feel like it's more important for me to have a plan or to overcome the challenges than it is for me to like more so hold myself accountable. But if you don't hold yourself accountable, there is no creating a plan. There is no overcoming obstacles. There is no setting clear and specific goals, because where's the accountability coming from? You know what I'm saying? So there's many ways to hold yourself accountable, and that includes tracking your progress and sharing your goals with others who can support and motivate you. And I know I say this often, but side note, if you're somebody that doesn't have a lot of support, I know that if you're an entrepreneur or if you're anybody that's decided that you want more for your life, 9 times out of 10 you're surrounded by people that aren't on that same path. And it can get lonely and it can feel difficult to find people that relate to what you're going through because they're not willing to make the decisions that you're willing to make to get to where you're trying to go. And so their advice is different. Their support is different. And so you got to be around like-minded individuals, and you need to pull up. You need to go up, not down or across. You know what I'm saying? So when you are asking for advice or you're trying to get support or whatever the case, you need to go up. You need to go to someone that's done more than you. You don't need to go, no lateral moves, okay? Because these people are exactly where you're at. And sometimes it's okay to be like, girl, do you understand what I'm going through? Yeah, that's cool. Communion-wise, yeah, that's cool. But for advice, you need to go up. Not lateral / across, and definitely not down, okay? If they haven't done it, no, you're getting minimal talk time. I'll nod my head as you give me what you think I should do, but one ear out the other, because you haven't done it, and you're not on the path to doing it, and you ain't got no intention of doing it. You're just thinking to give me advice on what you feel like or what you've read on Google or TMZ, and I'm good, Shadi. Thank you. All right, so here is an example of how to stay accountable. So if you are learning to, I don't know, you're trying to learn a new skill, join a community of learners who can provide feedback, motivate you when you're stuck, or share tips that can keep you on track and motivated. If you haven't heard me say this before, we have recurring monthly group support / accountability sessions, and we have those twice out the month, and they are designed to, one, help us implement and start on the things that we know we need to do, because sometimes life be lifing and we don't have the time to get to all the things. So these 2 sessions are designed to, 1, help us get the ball rolling on something that we knew we needed to do, and 2, for us all to be able to just be around other people that are on the grind and that are hungry, because that energy is going to refuel you when you're out there in the grind by yourself. Okay? So that's going to be in the show notes. Don't worry about it. It's also in my outro. So if you want to get access to that, just let me know. You can also, I am definitely not opposed to you guys tagging me on Instagram. Some of you have done so. But when you do decide to, join a little group or whatever, tag me on Instagram. Make a little post and be like, I'm in, or I'm excited, or I'm down, or whatever. Because I actually see you. I do all this stuff for each and every one of you. And so there is no coming into a program of mine and just like sitting in the back and thinking that I'm not going to recognize you, or I'm not going to peep that you showed up. No, that's not how it works. So when you come in, speak. When you Uh-oh. Okay. The reason why I let that go on for way longer than it should have been is because I have to set myself alarms to check in with how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, to make sure that I can produce and get things done that I need to get done. And one of the songs that energizes me is the Avengers theme song. I don't know if any of you have seen Avengers Endgame, but that scene when Captain America was getting his ass beat by Thanos or whatever, he was just getting beat. He was on his lasso leg, and he's all bloody, and barely trying to stand up to fight Thanos because he's fighting him by himself because the crew ain't come yet. So Captain America was A1, baby. But in that exact moment, he was like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep fighting. Remember in one of the movies he jumped on a grenade or whatever? I was like, oh, Captain America. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up. I really am, but I'm gonna finish this out. So he's getting his ass beat by Thanos, right? And he can't take no more. And then in his little earpiece, Falcon talk about, so all you're left, and then all the other Avengers and all the other Marvel people came out and they was helping fight and they was kicking his ass. That's the song that played. And so I was like, yes. So if I'm ever feeling down, or I'm ever feeling like less of the boss chick that I am, that alarm comes on at random times during the day. And I'm just like, yes, energy, rejuvenates, haha, let's get it. So I know that was a lot of energy, but if that's the kind of energy that you need, that's the kind of energy that I bring to our group sessions. It's the kind of energy that I bring to our one-to-one sessions, because we need that, because we're not getting it when we go back on the grind in our regular lives by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So in conclusion, by following these strategies, you're going to be well on your way to achieving your goals, the most ambitious of them. Okay? So remember that anything is possible when you set clear and specific goals. Create an action plan. Embrace the journey. Overcome obstacles. And stay accountable. I want to wish you the best of luck. And as always, you have everything it takes to live the life that you envision. And you are worthy and more than capable of making it happen. If this is the last time you hear my voice, or this is the last time I get to interact with you, I want you to leave knowing that you have everything it takes. And if you keep showing up, you're going to make it. If obstacles are coming and challenges are coming, we do not retreat, okay? So you square up, because you're not going down without a fight, all right? I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy. Remember, achieving your goals doesn't have to be a solo journey. Don't forget to join our Goal Accomplishment Made Easy Facebook group to connect with like-minded individuals. Download the self-help app to access our resource portal, and join our recurring support and accountability sessions to keep you on track towards reaching your goals. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, keep crushing those goals, you magnificent being.